Most of the time, you are not told the truth, then you are told the truth. And this is the reality of life. This is what happens in our reality. One friend of mine who always say to me, would say, the world is a lot more negative than it is positive. Or rather, the world has got more negative people than positive people, something like that. And I would think about that. And it would go as far as say, it seems the world is born out of negative conscious. And I would think about that. I'm thinking, that is interesting to think it that way. Because for the longest time, there is a perpetuation of negativity and negative energies and negative message, negative information, negative intentions in the small industries, social spaces of our lives, in our families, in our communities, in the street somewhere, in your neighbor, in your group of young people or peers, in group of old people, groups of a certain identity of sort, religions, a whole of religions, a whole lot of negativity in the world is perpetuated by religions. Okay? Now, you are a young person. I'm not going to talk about religions right now and all of that stuff. I want to talk to you right now who is listening to this video right now, that I don't care who you are. I don't care where you from. I don't care what you're all about. What skin color you have. How much money you have. Or any other identity that you might extend from yourself. Or that forms some form of extension from just yourself as a human. Everybody has got a certain thing or things that they would like to achieve. Be an old person, young person, male, female. Everybody has got certain things that they would like to achieve. You, right now, you have certain goals you set for yourself. You have certain desires you have. You have certain intentions which results in something that could be understood as achievement of something. And everybody has got different reasons why they have that goal that they have, and why they have that, let's call it a dream. Many people, they call it a dream. I think it's a waking. It's not so much a dream. A dream is when you are not doing what you're supposed to do in order to achieve that you want to achieve. Everybody has got that dream. You have it. Other people have got many dreams. We are calling it dreams because we want to relate to the language, but they're not dreams. This, I prefer to call them goals, plans. Because dreams, they want to harbor some type of magic or hullabaloo about it. And also, dreams, they could be very delusional, if you ask me. If you ask me, would I, if I can have a genie, I have some magic wand I want to give you. And I say this one will make you achieve your dreams. I would not give you that. I will give you that which will make the things that you are good at and you like and you feel justified when you do those. I say, let something happen to you, not you happen to something. Something that is supposed to happen to you must happen to you. That's what I would say. Because most of the time, these so-called our dreams can be destructive even to ourselves. I have seen it many times when people, they have got the so-called dreams, but that becomes their destruction most of in where we're living in this world where we live in, especially in our communities where we do not have real opportunities. Where you have got young people that they say, I have a dream and what I want to do, I want to be a good dancer. And that's okay. I'm not saying you're being a good dancer is not a dream enough. However, I'm saying if you had a wide range of opportunities which will demand of you to tap into your other faculties, to tap into your higher self, to tap into your intelligence, your absolute intelligence, would you go for dancing? I do not think so. I think you will want to explore the capacity of your mind. I think you would want to explore the capacity of your capacity to know. I think you will explore your inner dimension of desire of what is it that you would like to see happen with you and what you would like to see happen with around your community and what you would like to see of whatever that you stand for. Because this is innate within each and every one of us to be able to restore the justice. This is natural process. To restore justice. It happens as a natural psychological process that everybody happen. But if you ignore it, then it's not going to happen. I'm saying this goes to those that are determined to change their situations and to change the situation by applying the understanding of how far they can go with whatever that they say they want to do. Whatever that you say you want to do. What do you want? You want to drive, create a vehicle, a car, engineer. You want to, your business, you're running your business, you want to scale your business or start your business or sustain your business, venture into another business. You want to start some sort of the project you want to work on. You want to explore your skills in design, in creativity, to be able to produce something that you can be able to exchange it for profit, but also you can be able to offer it as a good offering from you to the world, I'm saying, then this is for you. And I'm saying, for the longest time, you haven't been told that already does exist and you have already done that. You only need to tune into that. But because by the virtue of thinking about it, you have made it. Because what else is there other than thoughts? Only thoughts exist. You do not want to be bothered a lot with the physical that you see. You want to understand that everything else is made by thoughts. In the world of humans, at least in the world of humans. In the dimension of humans, I'm saying. Probably if I was a cat, I was maybe a dog, or maybe an elephant. I don't know if I would think the same. I don't know if I would think the same that in in whichever circumstances my research brings me to this situation where we understand we've got to study the atom a lot, that now we understand that the atom is controlled by the thinking of man. But now this, I'm saying that this is a knowledge that is in between the man, is not in between other things, other living things that we know. But if we can put it to test, you put it in the laboratory and we can test it and we can get the results, and the results can point to the demonstration of the research, of the hypothesis, then we can regard that experiment as accurate or viable, it's usable. Whether it's true, it's not true, that's something else. But it is viable because it has been tested and it brought the results which the hypothesis had suggested. And that's just how science works. And again, you have nothing else beyond science that you can explore, or you can use it to explore anything. Back in the days, they used to have science to explore many things, and people, they became lazy to explore things, and they started to create religions. And now, so that they make people to believe things. They say, I believe in something. And they think by the nature of believing, you are doing yourself a certain kind of favor, which I don't know what it is. People, they make people believe, and by the very nature of believing, it means stop exploring. Stop asking questions. Stop going further to find out. That's what it means. And now religion has delayed you with almost 2,000 years of active thinking about what you're supposed to be doing or what you're supposed to do. About active thinking, about reason. Now it delayed you almost 2,000 years. How are we going to be able to catch up? How are we going to be able to catch up to this? Now other people think we'll never be able to catch up, and now young people all around, this happens subconsciously. That now they start to give themselves to drugs. They start to give themselves to give up. They start to give up. I was talking to a brother yesterday, and we were talking about giving up. Somehow we got into the topic where we talk about giving up. That, have you seen that most of us, we seem to have given up? And we give up at a young age. You go around, you see many young people, they look demotivated. But if you follow through, you find out that they have got some thoughts of giving up. And I want you to understand that giving up might not necessarily mean giving up on a project that you are actively involved in, or an active, let's call it a project that you are involved in. It might be giving up on any other project that you might want to be involved in. So giving up meaning giving up a whole, totally, that I will never do this because this will never happen. I will never pursue this, whatever career it is you have, or whatever project you have, a goal you have. That this will never happen. I will never do this. So that's it. And you see many people, they do that. And if you're one of those people that find themselves in a situation where you have given up, this is for you, because I'm here to tell you a different story. I'm here to tell you that what you are giving up on achieving and doing is bigger than what you are giving up for, and is more important than what you're going to settle for. In other words, you need to mathematically see it this way. It is more worthy to pursue that which tempt you to give up because of the challenges that it has, than to settle and have no challenges and live a boring, dull life that otherwise has got no benefit after all. It's like easy life, no benefit. Difficult life, benefit. Which one you choose? Somebody would even go as far as say there's no difficult life and benefit. It's benefit and benefit. And when easy and boring, easy and easy, no benefit, no difficult. So no benefit at all, zero sum. I want you to understand that already within your body, within your psyche, you already have got what it takes to be able to do what you want to do. Already you have that. Already is there within your body. I'm saying, isn't it? You're not going to acquire anything else further outside of your body. And when I say your body, I include your head. I include your brains as well. Sometimes in the early school, the education system that we very much wanted to be scrapped out so we can start from scratch and design education system that is viable and is good for this century human, and it is viable for this century economy and for this century dreams, goals, and the plans and the entropy, the process of the entropy as it goes, because I want you to understand that other than us evolving ourselves, the universe is evolving itself too. Now, we either are subject of that evolution or we are parallel evolution, in whichever way. Now, it is highly important to understand that everybody else here on this planet, they can be able to live with absolute of their power, and I do not understand why this seems to be difficult. Why do other people feel threatened by the power of individual people for knowing themselves, who they are and what they're capable of doing? Why other people are intimidated of that? Or they feeling that they want to disable that opportunity and situation for many people? Why do they want to do that? Why? What do they benefit when people are in delusion and when people are confused and young people, they do not know what is the way to go and what they must supposed to do with their lives and their economies? Everybody understand the economy from a bigger level when the country has got bigger GDP, small index about this, big index about that, dollar selling at how much, whatever the case may be. People are concerned mostly about those things, and they are not concerned about the actual lives of people. And people now are being counted as numbers into these markets and this economy system. The people become the numbers. The people are either being used to increase somebody else's money, or the people are used to decrease somebody else's money. Instead of the people just being there making their own money in their own way, everybody else making their money in their own way. And by the way, I've got good news for you for the future. In fact, the future has got good news for you. And that is, in the very near future, everybody will be able to do anything else that they want to do, and they can be able to earn money from doing that. And that's what the future holds, and that's the activities that we are involved in, to be able to assist and usher new young people into the future, where they are not going to be obligated to become a mass of people. They're just going to become individual people, not the masses, not a chunk of people, group of people that are going to work somewhere, or that are going to be thrown in a certain place and they're supposed to produce stuff there for the rest of their lives. I'm saying, because that is a torture. That is a torture. And it is injustice. I need you to understand that injustice is not only that it can be committed by people. A system can commit injustice. The system is set by people, but now it's not the people that are committing any injustice, because you cannot go to the court now and say, hey, I'm looking for justice about this situation. They will be like, what are you talking about? What are you looking for? You know, because the courts are the part of the system. They are not looking for justice. They are looking to legitimize what is supposedly understood to be justice or concluded to be justice. If the court are looking for justice and you've got 10 million people that go to bed hungry in this country, what justice are you looking for? What justice are you administrating there? You've got a whole bunch of people that work in the whole legal system where they know what the Constitution prescribes and what are human rights, but the people that aren't acting on that. Did you know that every human being has got rights for shelter and food? But people go to bed hungry, and that right, nobody talk about it. Nobody takes it anywhere. I never really went to court and hear a case with human rights going on. Unlike unless if it's going to be some organization called human rights whatever that stand for the human rights people, and they go to open a case based on a situation that affects many people in a particular community about something. But it has never been a case that is adjudicated for one person that goes there and say, my human rights have been violated. I'm living in a community that does not have toilets or shelter, or does not have water, or I am observing an unjust situation with regards to how the government is doing 1, 2, 3, or how a government representative somewhere is doing 1, 2, 3, such as a government representative does not want to use the money that they're supposed to use for the community. Why don't you go and complain about it? And as a human right, because it is human right, you can imagine, maybe the sense of it, maybe is, okay, if we were to go and report human rights at the court and to the police, there would be lots of cases to deal with at the police, because there would be 10 million cases a month. Yes, there would be 10 million cases a month, because so much of human rights are being violated every day. And funny enough and crazy, not human to humans violate human rights every day. A system that is administrator by the what we call the government, through the administration of it, through the representatives and the politicians and the other people who work through into the system, to administer a certain kind of a system that eventually results in our society becoming in a certain manner. I want you to understand that our society is built by the functions of the state and functions of the communities. The functions of the state have got more power on generating what type of society that society become than our own societal values and norms right now. Because you need to understand that the job of the policeman is not to help you, is to watch over you when you do something which the government does not want. Not something that is not good for society. It just so happened that the so-called rules and laws that give shape to this have bear in mind some of the actual visible injustices, which they can always be like, okay, yeah, this is against society. Can't you see this guy is harming the other one? What kind of harm is that? Yes, he's strangling him. Okay, let's not talk about him strangling him. Let's talk about that this person, you go to bed hungry while there's money that was released or administered in whichever way from some government that was taken from other people through the taxation, and this person does not have the food, but the taxation has been paid. This is illegal. This is unjust, and you can adjudicate a court case about this, that the money that was taken for tax is supposed to help this other one to buy food for them, or to create jobs or create manufacturing industry for the people. But the money is not doing that. This is injustice. You're not going to point at a particular man that is strangling another one. So when you take this to court, it becomes difficult. Okay, I hope you're following where I'm going with this. That you need to be able to be independent of yourself. Everybody needs to be independent of themselves and think for yourself, and do not want other people to think for you, and do not allow other people to. Don't trust people to think for you. Don't trust any other people to think for you. Other people, they can support you about what you're thinking, but they cannot think for you, and do not allow them to do that even if they volunteer to do so. Go ahead and think for yourself. And stand for what is right all the time. Even if other people, they are against it, you stand for that, because this you know is what is right. Be honest about what you do and what you engage in. You become honest about it. You say, this is what I'm doing, and I'm doing for this reason. Do not be dodgy and sketchy, and do not want to be understood what you're doing. You need to be honest. That is how the way to do business. That is the best way to do business. You be honest. And that is the best way to even achieve anything else you'd like to achieve, because remember, this is about you and your goals. And if this is not about you and your goals, then what is it about? You have got the whole day to yourself every day, all the hours that you can be able to utilize in order to prepare and create the things that will help you to achieve whatever you want to achieve. If it needs you to be practicing, then do the practicing. If it needs you to do the reading, then go ahead and do the reading. If it wants you to do some whatever activity that will help you in terms of achieving that, you go ahead and do that. And if you're not going to do that, then nothing else is going to happen. Anytime you need to be engaged and be busy doing the things that are important for you and not the things that are not. And also not the things that are important for others. You must do those that are important for you. Because this is ultimately about you. This is your game. In the end, it's going to be about you. I'm saying that you haven't not been told the truth about the fact that anything else that you want to achieve, you are going to achieve it. You have not been told that. Most of the time in the community, in the society, you are being told that you are not gonna able to do it because of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's what you are being told by the radio stations, the televisions, the media, propaganda, the church people, pastors and all these people and negative people with negative energy and absolute ignorance in their head and not willing to learn other things so they can get their head cleared off. So they cannot keep on taking the poison inside their head, they give it to the young people. Now it's poison all over the place because of people that are ignorant in their head. All they do is to think that whatever they think is correct all the time. They give themselves correct without them reviewing what they are saying and what they are doing. And I do not encourage you to keep following around such type of people and to keep around with such type of people. And only if you would like to see the things you want to achieve becoming of grace. Becoming the things that you're supposed to achieve. Remember, you are supposed to be honest. And when you are honest, you're not going to be delusional. When you're honest, you're going to be realistic. It means you're going to know and understand things within the possible range and the things that are within the not immediate possible range. They cannot happen within the possible range. What is the possible range and what is the impossible range? Or rather, the not possible range right now. You are living within a body. You are living within a body. You are limited by the body. Whether you like it or not, you cannot be able to do the things that the body cannot allow you to do. The body of the human has got a lot of inertia right now. In the current human form that we are, we have got a lot of inertia. It means we are heavy. Our bodies are heavy. So we cannot be, for example, fly much easier than the birds would do, or other type of species would have done, or other type of living that have done. Right now we cannot be able to do that because we have stacked up a whole lot of type of food that we should not be stuck up in our head, in our bodies. We have stacked up anything else that we're not supposed to put inside the body, and that's why we're heavy right now. That's why we've got lots of inertia. It comes with laziness, and that laziness of the body becomes a laziness of the mind. The mind cannot be able to process things well because it's taking a whole lot of time administering the laziness of the body. Trying to help the body, trying to make excuses for the body why the body is so heavy. Now the mind has been taken away from its duties of thinking, of innovation, progress, planning, calculation, mathematics, science. He's taking time. He's not exploring those because the mind is now supposed to be taking care of the body. And this is not what the mind is for. Maybe 10% can take care of the body. But 90% of the entire mind must be doing. The mind must be minding of its own. And the body will be boarding of its own. The body can handle itself. The body is a huge memory on its own. It's a mind on its own. And you are not being told that the body is a mind on its own. Or rather, it's got its own mind. You know that the head has got a nervous system. The body has got different, you have 3 nervous systems, and the body has got its own nervous system. And that nervous system that the body has got is the nervous system that works to regulate the body and to work around with the body. And you should not be taking the nervous system in your central nervous system and misuse it and make it work extra hours even for the body, and you shut down the one for the body. You give the central nervous system to administer the body and all the other parts of the entire body. Now you've got interference in that case. You've got another leader from the other department interfering with the other departments. Right? Because you've got now the duties that the mind, the central nervous system is supposed to be doing. You have been compromising it now. And by compromising it, it means the body, the other nervous system called peripheral nervous system, the body system, now is not going to be working. It's going to be shut down. And that's why we are not able to do what? Develop further, to develop more, and to be able to access the powers that we've got, that naturally are invested in us. Everybody else, when they are born with everything else that the universe has given them. Everything else that the universe has got is there within you in your body. You can look into your system, you'll find it. And nothing is lacking. If you break down the body of the human, you're going to arrive at lots of chemicals within the body of the human and elements. And those elements, when you bring them all together, they will formulate what forms the universe. You can go research about this. You can go check it about it. This is the truth. And when people are not being given this type of education, this is injustice. Because people are supposed to be given this type of education so they can know themselves. And when people know themselves, they will free themselves in their minds. You're not going to be fearful. You're not going to have the police, and you're not going to have the soldiers and the army. You don't need that. When everybody else is free and is happy in their mind, they will just mind their own business. You're not going to be scared. But now you're beefing up the police, so the police, they can manage the people, and the army, they can manage the people. Whenever there's something that you feel scared and afraid about it, you are going to shoot the people and kill somebody. It's because you're not trusting yourself and your own systems. The people, they become violent and they want to kick and bend stuff and become violent to other people because their needs are not met. And those needs are the needs that you promised that you're going to have to provide them. And you're taking money to be able to claim you can provide those needs. And that's why people feel like they're in demand of those needs, because you're taking money for them. You're not volunteering. You are taking money for it. And that's why it's being demanded back. If the people, they're minding their own business and everybody else is free, understand why the purpose of them to come to this world, and they're working on the purpose of themselves to come to this world, and they're working on their own teleology and their goals, you've got nothing to worry about, and there's nobody to police. There's nobody who's dangerous in this world. Nobody. Only the one that decides that he wants to be dangerous. He's the one that becomes dangerous. Even if you know danger, you might just choose not to be. It does not mean you do not know what danger is, but you just choose to avoid it. Because what's the point? Other people, they entertain themselves with danger. It's entertainment to them. Now, what kind of world are we going to build? Because we must be able to live life and understanding what's dangerous and what's not dangerous. And understand if we're going to be playing with danger, and to what level or to what extent are we doing that? What are you scared of? The people that have got nuclear bombs and lots of bombs and guns and all this ammunition, what are they scared of? What's going on with them? Who's threatening them about any what? I'm saying, if you can free the people, there will be nothing to be scared of. If you can let go of what the people are supposed to be doing and don't meddle with it, the people are just going to be happy. Generally, people are happy when they just focus on their own things and nobody interfering with them, and it becomes just fine. But if somebody else is interfering with their emotional state, is interfering with their social state, interfering with their lives and everybody else and the process of their lives and their families, then obviously people are going to be bothered to want to respond back to who exactly is it interfering with us with this. And if people, they do not exactly know who these people, they just go on a rampage. And somebody else that volunteer to come and become some type of an administration, like politicians, they become volunteers, that they want to lead the society, and they become the one that has to take the shots. Now they realize that we're taking a lot of shots from the people because now we claim to represent them, that we're going to be helping them to achieve 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're going to make them pay for that in order for to administer that. Now they started to realize that no, look, let's just live and be honest, and let's just take the money for themselves, and they become rich for themselves. Let's just be honest about it, okay? Because in the first place, we're just operating from the same needs that everybody else has got. I'm saying that the politician is in a career to become a best politician. So what does that mean? That means you're supposed to keep on making the politician become the best politician. That means the politician will continue politicking. Guess what? When you want to be good at something, you must keep on doing it. And if you do it good, you will do good. The politician is supposed to politic in order to become a good politician. That means the politician will never stop politicking. Even if the politician says he's going to fight for something that is a project that's got a time where it's supposed to end. So that I feel that politicians need to be like, politics need to be a situation where people, they do just like religion. In fact, religion need to be scrapped completely. I don't think there's any necessity to still have got like the whole religion situation in our lives. It has been proven many times that religion is destroying our lives and we do not need it. And people have been screaming to their lungs that we don't want this, and it's been shoveled down to our throat. You are forcing us this thing, okay? We don't want that. Politics, I think like politicians, they need to, before politicians also, they can scrap the politic industry as well. What they need to do as well, them, is that they probably need to practice to understand that you don't become a politician. You just become somebody that is involved in politics. Because once you become a politician, it's a career. If it's a career, that means whatever that you are fighting for, whatever that you are advocating for, you're going to have to advocate it for the rest of your life and give back the baton to somebody else behind you who's onto the career development, back to also politic. That means the politic would not stop. And this is exactly what made Africans to fail in our revolutions for the past 200-300 years of starting to be aware and conscious about revolution against their oppression in a political sense. And what kept them failing is because they want to become good and become rated, 5-star rated in doing it. If you are becoming a goddamn 5-star rated in doing whatever that you're doing, you're not going to stop doing it, and you're going to inspire the people to take that path of career. Imagine if I'm taking a path of a career or become something like that. You know what does that mean? That means there must be problems in my society of the same nature that will help me to become a good politician. So that means the problems that we've got in our society would never have stopped. Because there's a career of solving this, and people get paid to do it. A little bit weird to think about it. Let's get back to what is necessary, and that is you doing yourself, doing the things that you're supposed to do. I'm saying everybody else as an individual person has got some desires that they've got. If you do not have those desires, go sit down and really sit down and be quiet and understand that you're supposed to get those answers from inside of you, not outside of you, not pastor, not mfundisi, not somebody else, not a rabbi, not a clergy, not a bishop, not even an advisor, not even a psychologist, not even your parents, not even your lover, not even your kids or your friend. You are going to have to sit down on your own and be able to figure that out. What is it that is important for you, and it is of a high value? That is of your high value. When I talk about high value, I'm not talking about expensive, okay? I am African. High value, it means importance about life. Not high expensive, okay? Importance in the hierarchy of life, of this experience we understand as life. I'm saying you go look at that and you understand that this I can spend the whole time doing because I want to achieve 1, 2, 3 about it. And this is the reason why I want to do this. And if that can be able to be something that can quell your mind, at the same time, it can be able to something that can generate profit for you. You are on the path for your teleology. You are on the path to your freedom, I'm saying. Many young people, they do not know exactly what's going to happen with them in their careers, in their jobs. Others are working. Somebody, your contract is going to finish. Something else, you don't know what to do. You're having financial problems because now your contract is going to finish there, or it has already finished, or you're not even having a job. That which we say is not even of a good use, you don't even have it, I'm saying. And this is beside the point, that you don't even need the goddamn job. But this is a challenge that you're probably facing right now. And you're thinking, how am I going to be able to face the situation? I'm saying to you that anything else that you want already is there within your body. All you need to do is you need to tap into that so that you can be able to be on the path towards that. And I'm not talking about hullabaloo stuff, that some new age stuff that people are going around and they're convincing people about another delusionary situation in the scientific world, where people are being told like they become magicians or some sort. You understand what I'm saying? This is a natural process. Do not let anybody else trick you into thinking that achieving anything else that you want to achieve is supposed to come from a miracle. It's not supposed to come from a miracle. It's not even a miracle. It's not supposed, if it's a miracle at all, that's fine. But it should not be a single miracle. The entire life is supposed to be a miracle. Or there are no miracles at all. Only you need to know that even a flower, a tree, you put a seed on the ground. It comes up from the ground. And that flower is going to grow old like this. It becomes green, it blossoms. Then it becomes the point where it start to blossom, to grow flowers. Those flowers, they start by being closed and they start opening slowly. They start opening slowly. And they blossom. And they become fully blown flowers. They start to change the color. When they start to change the color, it's because they change in the frequency. Your eyes see color there. But they don't experience themselves colorful. The flowers don't experience themselves colorful. They are just a kind of type of a frequency that changes the color. That's, you are interpreting the frequency as a color. And I'm sure by now you must be knowing the science. And also this is what needs to be taught there by the school. Because the young people, they don't know this in the school. They are teaching them a whole lot of pretty much crap. That they become old people and they do not understand even themselves. They don't understand who they are. And I'm asking myself, in whose interest is this education? Who is this education system the way that is said? Who is he serving? Okay? That flower takes a natural process. There is no difference from the human and from any other animal in that particular process. It's the same process for everything. You cannot say, oh, look at this flower. This is a miracle. Oh, this flower, I just put a seed and it just grew up. Now it started to blossom some flowers. If it's a tree, it even becomes fruits. It pops up fruits. Then there's fruits. You can go grab the fruit, eat the fruit. And that fruit gives you life. You don't say, oh, look at this is miracle. A tree just pops like this and they end up having flowers. It's because that miracle is probably boring to you. You think the most interesting one is yours only. You think it's yours that is only interesting. Not really. All the miracle is interesting, if any at all. You're supposed to let the natural process take place for you. And do not allow other people to disturb your natural process by filtering, infusing many things inside your mind, making you to believe many things that you don't need to believe in, and to tell you that somebody else is going to come and give you some blessings and miracles and Jesus Christ is going to help you about something. You don't let people tell you such type of things. You only want to let people that let you know that you are going to be able to do it because you deserve to do whatever you want to do. If it's about money, success, life, happiness, wisdom, successful about whatever, because I talk about success because this is what most of human beings are obsessed about. And right now, these days, is very important to be successful. It's as if you cannot be able to have food to eat if you're not successful. It's because we keep on feeding into the system that is draining us. The system that do not let people have got life. People they take break from the system in order to have life. People have got lives over the weekends only. People have got lives once a year. The reason Friday is so famous, people love Friday and people love weekends, is because Fridays and weekends, people, they get to take break from the things that break them, which is otherwise the setup of how they're supposed to live. People spend more days miserable and have got only small time in their life where they can enjoy their life and be blissful, or they can be happy or ecstatic, or they can do anything else that they make them happy. I'm saying that needs to be the opposite. You need to spend most of your time in your own capacity and your own power and your own abilities. And then have some other small time that you can compromise yourself. And when I say compromise yourself, I'm saying being at the place where you don't like to be. Mentally and physically, your body. Because that is currently the situation. Many people, they do not like how their lives are because they find themselves where they do not want to be, based on the fact that they're supposed to eat food and they are going to those places where they're not supposed to be in order to be able to end up having food, to make income, to make money. That's what happens. And we forget to have the conversation that, hey, world, wait. When you're going to that place is because you want to eat. It should not be where you want to survive. It should not be where you're living. It's not supposed to be where you're living. It's supposed to be for a certain period of time to be able to survive, I'm saying, because everybody else in this world will be much happier when they are doing the things that they like and the things that they love and the things that makes them feel fulfilled and makes them feel contributing and makes them feel a little bit valuable and makes them feel heard. They feel being part of something. The feel of being, they want, everybody wants to feel like they are part of something, either big or small, depending on how you make your measurements. But anybody else need to be part of something, and that is not it's not a unique experience. It's the natural experience of man. Man, I mean human. It's the natural experience. So when that natural experience has been taken away from us, has been taken away from you, from me, it leaves us in a situation of depression. You have got lots of people now, they're taking the pills for the depression. They're taking the pills for stress. They're taking the pills for them not being able to be in control of their thinking. And some other person tell you that when you take these pills, they are going to help you to become in control of your thoughts. That is not going to happen. The pills are never going to make you be in control of your thoughts and your thinking process and be able to manage your thinking faculties well. This is going to fool you. The pills is going to fool you. Alright? Your stress and your depression can only end if you start to become honest about yourself and you start to become honest about your life and you start to understand that there's nobody coming for you. Only you've got yourself. Anybody else that come for you is for benefit and for extra experience. It's not supposed to, because this is your game. I want you to understand that this is not about survival. We do not achieve our goals for survival. We do not set up our dreams and the things that we want to do for our survival. The reason I'm talking about this is because there's most of the time what keeps us not at ease, which is called dis-ease, is the things that we want, not the things that we need. The things that we need, they are important, but most of the time we get dis-ease from the things that we want. To survive, you do not want to be successful. To be successful is ambition. Is you putting your ambition forward and saying, I want to do 1, 2, 3. And the reason I want to do 1, 2, 3 is because of 1, 2, 3. To survive, you only need to understand that you are a natural being. You need to live through the process. You only need to, if you want to keep the body, then you must throw some food inside the body once in a while. If you want the mind to work properly, you just keep throwing some knowledge inside the mind once in a while. That is how to survive. But if you want to be successful, it's a different situation. It's not for survival. Truly, it's not for survival. It's for getting extra. Everybody else has got a sense of wanting more. And it's okay to want more. It's not a problem to want more. But to want more must not infect you with some disease in your head. Now you're confusing wanting more and survival. Now you're not going to be appreciating of what life is, because you're going to always think that you need more to survive. You do not need more to survive. You need more because as a human being you have got some sense of wanting more and greed in you and it's embedded within everybody else. You've got some form of fear. It's primitive. That the reason we have got people who want to be rich and have a lot of money is because they are scared of something. They are scared that what's going to happen to them if they don't have it. And that's a primitive feeling. I'm saying the hunting and gathering primitive experience. Because hunting and gathering, it simply means going to secure the things that you think you might not have them tomorrow. The lion, the cheetah, the hunters there in the jungle, they do not gather, they just hunt. And when I say they just hunt, it means they just go for the food right there and there when they need the food. But you, the human, you want to go get the food and keep them in the fridge, eh? Keep the meat in the fridge, full of 5 fridges, they're full of meat. It's okay, I'm not saying you should not do that because that's where we are right now. I'm not saying we must go and hunt, okay? That's where we are right now. But I'm making this as an analogy so that you can understand that this is a primitive experience of our programming, our early behavior, early habit, and evolutionary life. But right now the world produces a lot of food, but there's lots of people that go to bed hungry. Not because there's no food, but because there's lots of food, but the markets want to make a whole lot of money with the food, and if the food did not make money, they dispose the food. Because the food must make profit. It's because they think that success is for survival. Success is for extra achievement, ambition. You want to fulfill something that you're longing for inside of you, which is achieving 1 or 2 things that you think you're capable of achieving, or that you think maybe sometimes you want to survive through that. But you must not say that this is going to be survival, because that only is going to be for the first moments. Going forward, you're not going to say this is for survival. It's going to be for ambition. Not confusing the two helps us to be honest, so that you're not delusional. You're not being put inside some anger inside your head that if you do not have this, you're not legitimate being. If you don't have car, you don't have a house, you don't have money, you don't have good face, good skin about something, you don't have, for the black woman, you don't have long hair that looks like the white woman hair, you're not beautiful. Those type of things are the things that destabilizes our thinking, because your thinking does not care about how you look. Your thinking only cares if the thinking brings out the outcomes that you desire. So you need to take care of your thinking more than you take care of how you look. That is the mathematics. How you look is not going to matter if you feel good about how you think. In fact, how you look will automatically be beautiful if what you think is beautiful. That's just how it is. Because remember what I said. Only thoughts exist. Do not be deluded by the physical. Because the physical is only just a result of a couple of thoughts. From your thoughts and the collective thoughts of other people. And this education must be given to the young people. We are delaying right now. We are behind in the plus minus 2,000 years as a human species of this 2004. Because we've been greedy and pretty much foolish in terms of not giving the information that is correct and the education that is correct to the young people over the many past years. It does not make sense right now because we are destroying the world and now we're going to be left without no world. And what is the point? What is the goddamn point? What's the point of having all of these masses of people that are trapped inside some kind of delusional situation? They're going up and down in their lives, but just a few people that enjoy their lives, and they enjoy their lives by making use of the other majority of people. What is the point about that? Because we cannot continue like this. This is old school stuff. This is like some 15th century stuff. Even today in 2024, we haven't learned all of these stupid things that we did since the 18th century, since the 14th century, the 2nd century, since the Roman times. We could not think that, okay, this is dumb, and then we can scrap it out from the norm of doing things. Why don't we scrap out dumb stuff? Is it because we forget very quickly? Because we want to eat food? Life is all about when I'm hungry and I put the food in the stomach. It should not be like that. That is why you lose the things that you've got. You lose your history. You lose your knowledge about yourself. Because you are running, you only want to survive, to preserve the body. Please, let the body be what it could become. Because you are not in control in any way. Right now your kidneys are working there. Your heart is working there. But you are not pumping your heart by yourself. You're not pumping and engineering your kidneys by yourself. They are just working for themselves, by themselves. The liver, the heart, all the entire stuff inside of your body is just working on its own without your supervision. But you think you can be in control. Why do you think you can be? Because that only can fool you. I'm saying. What am I trying to say? I say, take your central nervous system to always be able to focus on the things that you want to achieve. And leave the peripheral nervous system to administer the peripheral nervous system. Do not forget that the central nervous system only makes decisions, and wrong decisions will affect everything. Right decisions will affect everything similarly, but in different effects. Educate yourself. Grow yourself as a person. Learn anything else that you want to learn. If you want to know something, go ahead and learn it. If you have got some form of doubt about something, go ahead and verify it. Do not sit around with unverified information. Do not sit around with unverified knowledge. Go ahead and verify. Don't be scared of knowing. Don't be scared of knowing. Because if you're scared of knowing, somebody else that knows is going to use you. Right now we're in that type of situation. We are going to run into a situation where there's no job creation for young people that are coming. Because nobody's paying any attention to any of that stuff. Everybody right now is paying attention on gathering some money for themselves. We have moved away from the culture of building industries that would sustain future generations. And if that's not what we are doing, it's okay. Let's say it unfolds on its own, like how technology does. Because here's the truth. We are not evolving technology. Technology is evolving itself, and then it also involves us. We the human beings, we're not running technology. Technology is running us. We are running behind technology, and technology is running itself. The development of technology does not care about your feelings and your plans. It's just going to develop the way it's supposed to develop. If the future young people are not going to have jobs and not going to have possible industries according to the technology, then that's what it is, and the technology will not forgive you for that. It will just continue to evolve. You need to use your thinking in order to be able to strategically position your people and your society and your economies and your personal finances in the manner that which the technology is evolving. And the technology is not going to come and ask you, hey, let's go. It's just going to go evolve on its own. You must tuck in. If you are a young person today, I'm saying anything else that you want to achieve, not only you are a young person, if you are anybody, anything else you want to achieve already is there. I want to assure you that is there within your body. You need to go look into your body, you will be able to find it. And pay attention with your mind and your body. Let your body regulate itself. Let your mind regulate itself. Let you separate yourself from your mind and your body. You have your mind, you have your body. Separate the two. Separate the three. And the best way to separate the three is through a process we call meditation. Go into meditation.